Shutdown effects are mounting. Now 2 weeks old, the government shutdown could begin to take a substantial bite out of the U.S. economy this week as more furloughed federal employees miss their paychecks due on Wednesday. The shutdown has already led to flight delays, national park closures, and IRS phone lines going down. And as more employees don't see a paycheck and more get laid off, it could dent consumer spending, which drives the bulk of economic growth. Neither Democrats nor Republicans seem to be in a rush to resolve this. Dreamforce starts today. Salesforce begins its annual takeover of San Francisco today with its massive Dreamforce conference. More than 50,000 people who definitely know what Salesforce does will descend on the city to hear CEO Mark Benioff give a keynote address on what he calls agentic enterprise, a new corporate model in which AI and humans collaborate. But some political comments Benioff made ahead of the conference may overshadow this business push. In an interview with the New York Times last weekend, the longtime liberal called on President Trump to deploy National Guard troops to San Francisco, saying that Democrats had destroyed the city. Earnings season kicks off. It's the most wonderful time of the year. No, not the winter holidays, but Q3 earnings season, which starts this week. A slew of big companies will get the festivities going, including J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Domino's, Johnson & Johnson, and Taiwan Semiconductor. Last quarter's earnings were some of the best in history, with strong corporate profits underpinning the summer's stock market rally. Everything else. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will deliver a keynote speech today at the NABE annual meeting in Philadelphia. The IMF and World Bank's semi-annual gathering of central bankers and finance ministers kicks off this week in Washington, D.C. The MLB Championship Series are underway to determine who will play in the World Series, with the Dodgers taking on the Brewers in the National League and the Blue Jays facing the Mariners in the American League. Make sure to wish your dad a happy NCIS week. NCIS, Origins, and NCIS. Sydney all premiere new seasons today. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is tomorrow night. Netflix's Frankenstein, starring Australian heartthrob Jacob Elordi as the monster, comes out in select theaters on Friday before hitting the streaming platform on November 7th. Blink, 182, and Panic. At the disco headline, the When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas on Saturday and Sunday. A second set of No Kings protests against the Trump administration is planned throughout the U.S. on Saturday.